Hello, welcome to the Humble Investor Bull Bear Market Report for July 16th, 2018. My name is Adam Straseske, and here are some important disclosures. And our agenda for today, we always start at the top of the market and then we get into the nitty-gritty of this week's operating plan. First things first, barometer looks good, didn't budge from last week. We've got fundamental and technical factors that look pretty good. And so the needle didn't move on the bull market for us. Still pretty bullish as far as the fundamental factors that we look at, as well as the technical. We look at 12-month momentum. S&P 500 still greatly outpacing the MSCI All World ex-USA Index. And Treasuries. So looks good for the S&P 500, and we want to focus, that's why we want to focus on the U.S. markets. When we look at breadth, to give us some indication coming into this week, little bit overbought on the longer term and the shorter term. And I guess someone could say that we've got a negative divergence in the longer term oscillator right here according to price. But, that's pretty tight, and so I don't give a lot of weight to that. And essentially what the bulls are hoping for is that the oscillator is in a position like it was back here. As the market breaks out, it goes higher, and the overbought reading doesn't mean much. So when the market's trending up, overbought is not a good signal. You look for oversold. And when the market is trending down, you look for overbought and not oversold. And then, of course, if it's in a trading range, then you look for both overbought and oversold. So really, here's the question. Are we breaking out to the upside of this trading range, or will we simply stay back in here? We've broken out just barely to the upside of this trading range that started way back in March, but hasn't been able to break above it. So the bulls have a great opportunity this week to break to the upside and really squash any hopes of the bears pulling the market down here back into the trading range. We'll see if they can do that. Here's another look at it. You can see S&P 500, good week last week, up 1.5%. And you can see right here's another look at the trading range right here. You can see it barely got through there. Closed pretty close to the highs, and so that's good for the bulls. Here's a look at the operating plan. Still like preferreds, U.S. small caps and U.S. growth are still the stronger. And a look at all of our weekly swings here. U.S. small caps down 0.39% for the week, and U.S. growth up pretty good. So both of them well within their bull channels, and the small caps still making highs, and U.S. growth just made a high last week. So it looks good for both of them. U.S. Treasuries up 0.04%, basically flat. Be interesting to see if we can get through this moving average. And we're still just pretty close down to the bottom of the trading range in Treasuries. We want to see a bounce to the upside here, and we'll see if we can get that continued bounce coming into this week. Australia down 0.17% for the week. Started out the week really good. Had a great opportunity to have real strong bullish action, and they just couldn't hold on. Good thing for the bulls is that the bears could not close the week on the low. They held above the break of the trend line, and so we'll see if they can continue the price action to the top. Would have really liked to see a bullish bar here, but it's more of a neutral bar, neutral to bearish bar. And here's a look at the MSCI EAFE Value Index. We got in a second purchase range. Market opened up really strong, got in, and then the bears took over, and they closed it a lot lower than what we'd really like to see as far as bullish price action, but still above support. And so this week we're going to see if in fact the bulls can get control and raise this thing higher. Healthcare, great week for healthcare, up 1.67%. Nice follow through to the breakthrough. It's in a tight bull channel within this larger trading range. We've got an original stop price all the way down here, and then a second purchase range down in here at the bottom of the channel. Looks good for healthcare right now. Transportation looks okay, not as strong as healthcare, but we're at the bottom of the channel. Had a little bit of follow through on the buy trigger, Couldn't close it on the highs. Basically a neutral week for transportation, up at 0.69%. U.S. Aerospace and Defense, this is our newest addition. We had basically a micro double bottom right here, and then we had the buy signal, and then the trigger right here. So tried to get in up here, didn't work out, and so we're continuing to watch it and got in this past week right in here in this range. As far as the operating plan for this week is new additions. Nothing new in the monthly trender and nothing new on the weekly swing. Pretty much full on the monthly trender, full position there, and then in the weekly swing still got a little bit of cash available, and so we'll use it as the opportunities come up. And with that is it. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.